So our customers today we do not go to them and do a big business consulting phase of what are your processes like, which goes on for months at length, right? It's a very quick way of aligning them, of transforming from encyclopedia like SOP to our instruction paradigm.
Usually it's observed that many software fail to provide quick ROI to their users, especially during the initial adoption phase. What is it that makes Maximl so unique that its customers usually achieves ROI as high as 50% faster training rate for new operators and a 30% reduction in on-field issues within the deployment phase itself?
If you look at, I think we've covered some of these points in during our chat today. The reason for these for you to achieve these quick ROIs, right, is firstly a function of how fast can you get your system which is relevant and which is going to help the final end user implement it first, right? If you look at the typical cycles, there is actually a 6-month engagement. If you want to solve any problem in a Fortune 500, 6 months is the cycle that it takes to solve anything, right? Let's say you have to increase asset reliability, if you have to increase all of these, right? Traditionally, they have been consulting led. There are a lot of large enterprise solutions that also take this 6-month period to get implemented. What I think what is required for people to see is that how can we implement faster, firstly, right? So that people first of all get it in their hands really quickly, right? So that's the first part, which is what we do by doing a huge amount of templatization of the processes that we want to model. So our customers today we do not go to them and do a big business consulting phase of what are your processes like, which goes on for months at length, right? It's a very quick way of aligning them, of transforming from encyclopedia like SOP to our instruction paradigm. And once that is fixed within the first few weeks, the production or the authoring of the new world instructions happens at a very fast pace using the no-code capabilities that are there, right? And we have built these capabilities for the business user. So a maintenance manager on the shop floor will be able to customize a work instruction template for their job execution within a matter of few minutes, right? It is like using, let's say, a templatized website on let's say a tool such as Wix, and building a website for your own small business or things like that, right? So that is the paradigm which is out there, which also gives you all. So the very first part, it makes them feel that this is something that we have contributed to. This is a system that has really modeled the kind of processes that we execute on a daily basis, rather than being some sort of a standardized system, which is very important. The second part of it is, I think, coming back to the same point, right? Our consumer-like experience, which can help you feel like I want to use this, and not, it shouldn't feel like it is a headache for me to just open this solution and work around this, right? So that's the second part. And the third and most important is, how are you able to demonstrate the movement on those KPIs, right? Even if it means that we have some proxy for the main lagging parameter that we care deeply about. But if we are able to see that things such as response times to, let's say, operational issues is improving, the amount of time it takes to do regular checks on regular inspections during an daily inspection rounds, right? We will start seeing those things coming out, that work is happening with a far higher level of productivity, and the evidence of compliance is right there as a hard evidence, right? So these are things that were not present before for all of these companies that we used to work, and that those are the outcomes that we're generating. So that is how basically we believe that faster adoption and faster outcomes can be generated, right? First of all, implement faster. For that, you have to do a lot of things that are done with order and time. Let's say, do an order one. You make those tasks in order one task by doing a huge amount of templatization. So that's first. Then, how fast can I localize that template by my frontline worker? so that they feel that the ownership of the final solution themselves, giving them the consumer like experience so that they like to use the product, take away non-value adds from their personal work so they feel gratified by using that product on a daily basis. And third is start, you should have very clear communication about what should you see in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 6 weeks. Like it can't be the case that after 12 months you will see these outcomes and maybe, right? If that happens, it is very difficult for, let's say, a senior leader or let's say digital transformation team to convince the business user that please use this, right? So you have to start seeing, have some idea of what to expect within a few weeks of getting this solution live. So I think those are the essential Lego pieces that are through which you can build an approach towards getting faster cycles on the implementation and the ROI realization front.